Okay, this video is just to show you what's happening in Great Britain, part of the United Kingdom. And basically, this is one of the leadership guys, Nick Tenconi. He basically says the same thing I've been saying. It's happening all over Europe. The white Christian people are being genocided, especially the men. They're, bringing in at night in busloads and boatloads foreign military-age men, especially Muslims, to basically beat up and kill the residents of England and of Ireland. And similar things are happening in Italy, in Australia, in New Zealand, and in other European countries. This is intentional. The EU is in partnership with a worldwide communist party whose goal is to kill all the Christians, okay? They have to kill the white Christian men first because they're the ones that are most articulate and that push most strongly for Christianity and freedom. They feel that all the other ethnic groups are too small in number or too stupid or too weak or easily corrupt. You can pay them off. But they feel the white Christian man, he is always going to want freedom. And there's nothing they can do about it except get rid of him. So what they try to do is, that's what all the public schools are about, try to make you hate white people, especially hate white men. That's what feminism is all about, and no-fault divorce. Feminism comes out of Satanism, Satan, devil worship, but it also comes out of this idea of try to turn everybody against the white Christian man, because if they can do that, then they can finish him off. And once he's gone, the rest of them are all too small in number, too weak, too corrupt, or too stupid. It'll be easy to force them into slavery. So that's the game plan. This has been known for many decades. I'm going to link to this video just so you could see it. So for some people don't already know all this stuff. To me, this is old news. It's obvious. Another common trick they do is they get rulers like in France, where, he's a homosexual and his so-called wife is really a man, okay? Candace Owen did a whole bunch of videos about that. And they'll get people who have a compromised, sexual history like that. Like that guy Zelensky was, a transvestite. And they have all these other guys that have those types of issues because they can then blackmail them and force them to be puppets. Like when they want minorities, they don't go looking for me. I'm Puerto Rican, okay? They don't go looking for a Puerto Rican minority like me who's competent, who answers to Christ. I'll do whatever's the right thing for the people, okay? No. They don't want that. They want affirmative action, low IQ minorities that are stupid and are willing to do whatever they're ordered to do as a puppet, who will even betray their own people, whatever their co-ethnics might be. That's what they want, is puppets, okay? And this is just showing the painting of Nero, who, played his fiddle while Rome burned. And that's a common thing they'll do. They'll burn down cities, destroy areas of cities, and look what happened in Hawaii, okay? And then they'll just take that over and build whatever they want on that land, okay? And then the net result, like in the Soviet Union, they took over, they killed 65 million Christians, they enslaved the population, burned down 48,000 churches. That's what's coming to all the Christian countries, is to be replaced by the Soviet Union equivalent. And we all saw last year how all of a sudden, everybody's being forced to get rid of their livestock, forced to get rid of their cattle, forced to get rid of their hens and their other livestock. And then, there was going to be, now there's going to be a food shortage. Yeah, right, like it wasn't planned. They were burning down all these food processing plants, tipping trains over into the waterways like in Ohio. And then they telling us we're supposed to eat crickets and we're supposed to eat some type of fake meat with 100 different chemicals on it. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be really good for your health. Here there were tons. These are just 20 food facilities burned down in this article, but there were over 100 of them. And then there was also all this transgender stuff as a way to prevent reproduction. They tell all the women, housewives are pieces of crap. You really should just get as educated as you can. Having a degree and a job is where it's at. And women will believe anything you tell them. Okay, you ask any woman when she's older what brought her joy and happiness in life, and it was having children, having a family, okay? And all these women are getting divorced and being so nasty to men with all this feminism. Tons of them don't have husbands now. You just don't take my word for it. Go on the internet. You see all these women. A woman, when they're young, they're very beautiful. A woman's most beautiful at about 18 years of age. So as she keeps getting older, she starts losing her beauty. And then it's going to be harder and harder for her to get a husband. Plus nowadays, all the guys, they've wised up. They know how they get screwed in divorce. So lots of women cannot find a husband, and they're alone. When I was a kid growing up, all my friends' parents were married, almost every single one of them. There was like one house where the parents were divorced, and that's where you would go to have parties. Okay, that's about it. All right, and there was no such thing as this. I mean, I'm sure that homosexuals have been around for a long time, but I mean, I went to high school, 5,000 kids, and I never heard of anybody being homosexual. Not one. Never heard of transgender. I never heard of all this stuff. It just sort of got promoted because big money got behind it as a way to destroy Western civilization, destroy the heterosexual Christian family. So, anyways, I just show you that. I'll put the link in the description below so you can see what's going on in Britain, the latest in Britain. That's what I've got most recently. And I think it'll be instructive to see that this is a worldwide attack on Christianity and freedom and the Constitution and the Bible. They're going to make the Bible illegal. They're going to burn down all the churches, and slavery's coming back.